What are you waiting for?
Come join the Geek Drums Nation. Miles G. Morales was brought into this comic book world in 2011. But as of late, Miles Morales has taken the comic book universe, the animated film universe, the video game universe. He has taken it by storm. More people are recognizing that he is Spider-Man. Yes, everybody knows Spider-Man is Peter Parker, but Miles Morales has taken the name and made it for his own, whether it be in animated shows for kids, like, Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, where his code name is Spin, or in the last animated Spider-Man cartoon, where, he was Kid Arachnid, which he also was for one point, for the last storyline in the Ultimate Spider-Man TV show. Yeah, he was called Kid Arachnid as well, but Miles G. Morales is Spider-Man. And today I'm here to talk to you about some of my favorite iterations of the character. It's just a few of them, so this video will not be long. So let's just jump right into it. At number one, I would have to say it was the version of Miles Morales in the Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon, who was initially voiced by Donald Glover in season 3 of that show. This version closely followed the comic book origin story. He had his own Peter Parker. He witnessed his own Peter Parker being killed by the Green Goblin. They followed the comic book storyline to a T, even with his age being 13. He was a kid. He was a little kid when he got his powers. He was too scared to help at the time. But, getting the blessing from Aunt May and everybody else, and Gwen and Mary Jane in that universe, he took that leap of faith and he became the Ultimate Spider-Man, the Spider-Man of that universe. And it was cool seeing him and the Peter Parker that we were following, voiced by Drake Bell. It was cool to see them meet. And they even brought him back for the final season of the show, where he worked with the Web Warriors. And like I said, he was known as Kid Arachnid. So if you have not seen that show, yes, people may hate the Ultimate Spider-Man show, but hey, it's underrated to me. I loved it. And it was good to see other Spider folk, especially I should say, Miles G. Morales. Now, let's move on to the next one. The next one would have to be from the next cartoon in the series, which would have been, just Spider-Man. The animation was cool to see. Like I said, this show was underrated as well. People hated it because of the liberties that they took. But me, I was a fan of the show. I watched every single season. And I was also a fan because Miles Morales, they had made Miles Morales the same age as Peter Parker. They both went to Horizons Vision Academy. They were in school at the same time. They were both in the same program. This version of Miles was like into robotics, kind of like he is in the TV show. In the films, I should say. He was voiced by Nagaji Jeter, who later went on to voice Miles Morales in the video games. He does the voice and motion capture, all that good stuff. So when I found that out, I'm like, yeah, this version of Miles is cool. He goes by Kid Arachnid in this, as well as he did in the Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon towards the end. But this Miles, he thought he could do it on his own at first. Peter did not initially reveal his identity as Spider-Man to him right off the bat. Probably didn't tell him until very late in the series, but I just know that they did work together. We see his parents some, a little bit, but everything mostly took place during, at school. He got the only thing that I did not like is he got relegated to how they did Wally West on The Flash, but I don't know why they did that in this TV show. I guess it's because this TV show was called Spider-Man. They wanted to focus on the main Spider-Man. This version of Miles was a huge help, and like I said, the voice acting was phenomenal. The costume was great as well. The animation was great to me. If you have not seen it, again, I suggest you check it out. Next up, it would have to be, again, Miles Morales from PlayStation, from the Sony universe, voiced by Nagaji Jeter. His solo game was amazing when we were first introduced to him in the first Spider-Man game. Being on the same earth as Peter Parker, being significantly younger, he's still a teenager while our Peter was, an adult. It was good to see Peter Parker take him under his wing and, nurture him, because in this game, spoiler alert, his father does die. And Peter was close friends with Jefferson Davis, in the Spider-Man persona and everything. But yeah, his father does die. So Peter, takes him under his wing, lets him help out every now and then, even though he sometimes does not want it to. But then the day comes where he gets bit by a spider with the 42 on the back. 42, as anybody should know, that was the number of the spider in every iteration from Miles Morales' origin. I don't know if a lot of people knew that. If you didn't, now you know. But yeah, that number has been significant with Miles since 2011, since his inception. But yeah, if you have not played the Spider-Man PS4, PS5 games, what are you doing? The sequel is coming out in October, and it's available for pre-order this coming Friday. So you can go check it out. last but not least, well, not even last. Last but not least, I would say, go read Miles Morales' books. He has so many stories from 2011 to now, the Ultimate Run to when he was brought into the main 616 universe and integrated. There's even a version of Miles Morales that was on 616 at first, who was a bad guy. He's an older man. He worked with the Kingpin in prison, but when he became Ultimatum, like he became a version of Giant Man. And Miles had to fight him many, many times. It was crazy. But comic book Miles, he even has his own, like they just got doing his own Spider Clone event and everything. I highly suggest reading Miles Morales comic books. Like I said, I have every issue. I have not missed an issue. I do not plan on missing an issue. Check him out. Check him out in the comics. But last but not least will be the version that everybody is synonymous with, and that would be the Miles Morales from the animated film franchise. We have Beyond the Spider-Verse coming in March. Across the Spider-Verse just came out last Friday. This Miles is voiced by Shameik Moore, who is doing a phenomenal job giving us that youthful vibe and youthful energy. He has even expressed wanting to play Miles Morales in a live action film, which we know is coming sooner or later. I'm indifferent if he does play him. He's doing a good job with the animation. He even learned Spanish for the role. So, I thought that was cool. But this Miles, he took the leap of faith. He was scared, ended up running into it. Let me backtrack. What I should say is, this Miles literally just jumped into the Spider-Verse of everything after this freak accident happened to him. After he got bit by this spider that just crawled up out of nowhere, slapped. He was just trying to figure out his own life. He got selected for this lottery to go to this school, which is literally ripped from the comics. We don't get introduced to his best friend Genki right away. We already know how that went. But man, everybody knows about Miles G. Morales from the film universe. Hopefully we see him get brought into live action sooner rather than later. I know there are plans for it, like I just said. I am very excited. But you guys let me know down below, what is your favorite versions of Miles Morales? I just want to come list some of mine, some that I love, especially the comics. Nothing is ever going to beat this comic book run. The films are a close second, though. But guys, let me know down below what you think about this list, what you think about Miles Morales in general. If you are new here, please hit that subscribe button. Please like this video and share it around for all your friends to see. And I will catch you all next time.